Hello everyone and welcome back to another developer update. This time Freddy is actually getting a rework. Alright, let's go ahead and read this. The Nightmare Freddy Krueger himself is one of the most iconic slashers. While he has proven himself to be a formidable foe for newer players, he's begun to feel a little left behind in Dead by Daylight's current landscape. No, duh. Of course he's been left behind. It's been a long time since they visited him. We're excited to help players rediscover the macabre joy of donning into the signature sweater and wreaking havoc like only Freddy can. We've made several adjustments to his power, which should help Freddy feel like the dream demon he was always destined to be. He was always a dream demon until you changed him. Our philosophy was to make the dream world presence affect survivors even when they're awake, giving the nightmare a consistently threatening edge with more flexibility than ever before. Before you could just hit a skill check and you'd exit the dream world and Freddy couldn't hit you. So I can kind of understand what they're trying to say. So let's see what they changed. Press the active ability to swap between dream snares and dream palettes. Oh, so we can use them at the same time? This has been long requested and we're thrilled to finally make it happen with consistent access to two impacting abilities. The Nightmare can live up to his name by slowing survivors down and shattering them psychologically. Having the ability to quickly swap between powers has the added benefit of raising the killer's skill ceiling while providing him with two different tools to utilize in a chase. So they're kind of doing the same thing they did with Night. Be able to switch between your abilities. Which is kind of cool, I guess. I don't know if that's going to make them good enough. Dream snares now move at 12 meters per second with a cooldown of 5 seconds. They can go through walls and upstairs, but not off ledges. Okay, but why not? Dream snares now have a unique interaction with survivors. Whether they are asleep or awake, sleeping survivors will be hindered for 4 seconds, while awake survivors will gain 30 seconds on their sleep meter. That's different. Let's keep reading. Dev notes, this change grants the Nightmare additional flexibility while using the snares, allow him to use them against a wider variety of opponents, making it so survivors don't need to be asleep to be affected. Will make it quite the impact, not just on the power level, but thematically as well. I'm wondering about the clock. How much of the dream state are you going to be able to get rid of? Because before, you just get out of the dream. So let's keep reading. Dream palettes can be triggered to explode in a geyser of blood. The explosion occurs for 1.5 seconds after activation with a 3 meter radius. When a sleeping survivor is hit, they become injured. When an awake survivor is hit, they gain a 60 seconds on their sleep timer. That's a big game changer if they're asleep. And if they're awake, it's going to give them 60 seconds more in the dream state, I assume, or gets them closer to the dream state. I'm not quite sure. Let's keep reading. Dev notes, the dream palettes have been a fun, worrying the ways to mind game survivors and want to add even more benefit to landing a successful deception. Now, even if the survivor does manage to escape the chase, they run the risk of sustaining a dark souvenir to remember you by. New, the Nightmare can now teleport to completed, blocked, or in-game generators, as well as any survivor healing in the dream world. Wait, what? Dream projections on a healing survivor will teleport the Nightmare within 12 meters of their position until completing a teleport. Upon completing a teleport, survivors within 8 meters will be revealed with Killer Instinct and gain 15 seconds to their sleep meter. Okay, you can teleport to survivors? Is that what I'm reading? That seems a little crazy. Teleport cooldown has now been decreased from 45 seconds to 30 seconds, and the teleport can no longer be cancelled. There was an add-on that you could put on Freddy and you were forced to teleport, but now it's just part of his base kit. Okay, so you can't like fake that you're teleporting to generators and, get survivors to stop repairing, because they're scared that you're going to teleport and you just fake it. So that's no longer going to be a thing. Kind of a neat mind game you used to be able to do. Now you can't do it anymore. Dev note, an important part of the Nightmares playstyle is creating the illusion of being everywhere at once. Its dream projection is a major part of that. We've made a few changes to make this even more effective and remove the pain point of having survivors progress, rendering a Nightmare's power obsolete. Wait, what? Okay, I don't know what that means. Finally, the dream world. Don't let the name deceive you. This psychological torture chamber is far from a dream. We wanted this update to inject sleeping survivors with a sense of terror, paranoia, and urgency, so we made a few small changes but crucial tweaks. In the dream world, healing survivors will be revealed by killer instinct for as long as they're healing, lingering for 3 seconds once they stop, allowing the nightmare to teleport to them. Oh, so they're bringing some of Freddy's old dream world back, where you can actually see survivors. That's a lot of information though. But, killers already have a lot of information already with auras. But this will be Killer Instinct instead. We're also giving the dream world a slight visual polish, which should help immerse players further into the fantasy. We have plans to continue improving this in future updates, so keep an eye out for even more to come. So they're changing it, making it look better, I guess. Kind of looks cool already, but okay. Sleeping survivors can use an alarm clock to wake up. After using an alarm clock, it goes on a cooldown for 45 seconds, during which it cannot be used. Okay, so it does just get you out of the dream world. On the survivors side, we wanted to address a few notable frustrations, mainly around alarm clocks and the general progress of waking up. We're confident these changes will improve the experience of playing against the nightmare without having a significant impact on the overall balance. Right, we hope you enjoy this update version of the nightmare, and we'll be keeping a close eye on the feedback, unless of course we happen to fall asleep. Ha ha ha. Alright, so dream snares, if you're awake, are going to add time to your dream. Yeah, 60 seconds or something. I guess that's dream palettes. I wonder how this is going to work with the time to the dream and when survivors go to sleep. It'll be interesting. Alright, the Nightmares add-ons. Rounding out this rework is a substantial pass to all the Nightmares add-ons, which will incentivize creativity whenever you are prepared for your next loadout. While the full list is too long to include, there is a few notable add-ons coming to this update. The red paintbrush. All survivors start the trial in the dream world. This is the old version. Failed skill checks do not wake up survivors in the dream world. Okay. A new one. Reveals the aura of survivors in the dream world when they are further than 32 meters away. Increase each survivor's sleep meter by 50%. Alright, so yeah, this is very much like the old Freddy. Be able to see survivors on the map. That's going to be very, very strong. Maybe too strong. We'll see. Recently opened exit gates are blocked by 15 seconds. This is the old iridescent one. New. Exit gates are blocked for sleeping survivors for 15 seconds when they are open. It doesn't seem like it's changed too much to me from these two. I thought this was the old one, right? Because it was only sleeping survivors that were blocked for 15 seconds. And this says this is the old one. I'm confused. Did they mix these up? Put these in the wrong spot? Because I don't know. That's weird. Swing chains. Which one was this one? Rusty and sturdy chains used to securely attach to swing seat While survivors are in the dream world, the sound of their footsteps are 50% louder. That sounds horrible. No wonder I didn't use it. New, after using dream projections, block all vaults within 60 meters for 6 seconds. For only 6 seconds? So how long is it, after using your dream projection, how long does it take and the cooldown from that, and then be able to get a survivor within 6 seconds? That seems a little short, doesn't it? I don't know, you tell me. It does seem a little short to me, like, do you even have time to do anything? Keep an eye out for the full list once the update goes live, but rest assured that the Dream Demon will be plenty of terrifying tools to work with moving forward. Alright, so they're not going to tell us what all the changes to the add-ons are going to be until we see it. So let's just read what the rest of this is. To decrease the round repetition, we're implementing a round prevention system, which will replace the existing map repeat prevention system. If you're not familiar, there's a distinction between realms and maps. The realm is a unique world, generally drawn from the memories of a character and contorted into a nightmarish landscape by the entity. Some examples are Macmillan Estate, Coldwind Farm, and the Red Forest. Maps are a variety of the different locations drawn within each realm, and while they are different from one another, the system will ensure that you never be sent to the same realm for back-to-back trials. Note that using map offerings will override the system, so I guess we're going to have less repetitive maps. The Deep Wound update. While experiencing players have grown familiar with the Deep Wound mechanic and mending, it has been a continuous source of confusion for newer players. Has it? Okay. To help clarify things, we're implementing a visual update similar to the anti-face cam bar. This bar will be a lot easier to track, appearing front and center in the UI, remaining there until you are fully mended. We've also reduced the blood spatter and darkening effects that appear when you're in deep wound state. Several subtle visual updates will now be added to the bar, highlighting the dire nature of the status. Check out the screenshot below. So you're not going to have any visual problems using Mended anymore. Like if the Legion's chasing you around, the screen's not going to go dark anymore. That's what I got from all this. So it's going to be a lot easier to loop the killer. What do we have here? Free character trials. Huh. If you don't know, in the past, you used to be able to have an offering for any killer that you didn't own. That was really cool back in the day. Dead by Daylight features a massive and growing roster of characters to make the matters even more complex. Each character brings 3 unique perks into the game, with killers having additional power to learn and master. It can be especially tricky to gauge which characters might suit your preferred playstyle. Longtime players may even remember specific offerings that let you play as a killer you didn't own, giving you a taste of what they're capable of, which was great. We're excited to be launching a new system that will allow you to use specific characters for free during an event period. While in the event queue, note that only select characters will be available, chosen at your discretion, but they will be accessible to everyone. While this will be for a limited time, with restricted access to the Blood Web, it will allow players to really get a feel for a new character and even complete character-specific challenges. Note they don't say achievements, just challenges for, let's say, kind of like the Dracula challenges that we had in the most current archive challenge. You'll be able to complete those challenges for that archive, it seems. But you won't be able to complete achievements. That's what I'm assuming. They didn't mention it. That's it for today's dev update. Thanks for sticking with us, and we can't wait to see you trying out the Nightmare in our upcoming PTB. Until next time, the Dead by Daylight team. Alright, so a lot of changes. Overall, I feel like They reverted some of the changes for Freddy to make him feel like kind of like old Freddy, be able to track survivors, be able to teleport right to them, which is going to be really impressive. And his ability to switch between both the snare and the dream palette is going to be really great. I want to say that his power is really strong, but being able to have both those powers is going to be just a little bit better. We'll see if that makes get out of low tier, hopefully to C tier. We'll see. We'll see how good being able to see people, being able to teleport right to them is going to be in the actual game. So when we actually get to try it out. I like some of these changes. I'm hoping it makes Freddy better. The Deep Wound one, I guess it's just going to be nice for new players. It's going to make it not nearly as effective as it used to be. I know this one is definitely going to be the best. Not be able to repeat the same maps over and over again, so that's going to be really nice for people. There's some people who are like, dang it, I'm on the same map over and over again, and they won't have to deal with that anymore. Alright, so that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.